Good evening, good afternoon, good day, Facebook Live. Let me get Instagram going real quick. Let's see this one, live, and go live. All right. Hey, good day, Instagram Live. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're tuning in from. Number one, I would love to know, first of all, where you're tuning in from. Second, I'd love to know 3 things you're grateful for. Put it over there in the comment section. Today is day number 34 of our 100-day personal performance and business growth challenge. Today, we're going to start a mini series of 4 things we're going to talk about that can absolutely mess up your relationship. And the reason I think this is important, because so often when you start to get momentum in your business, when you start to get momentum in your life, oftentimes you get all excited about your business. You get all excited about everything that's working. And maybe, if you're a single person by yourself and maybe you're just dating, this could definitely mess up your relationship. If you're in a relationship, either dating, engaged, or married, and you mess these 4 things up, you could definitely mess up that. And if you're in a relationship with a business that you work together and have kids, this is definitely something that can jack up your relationship. And so there's 4 things we're going to cover, and we're going to do one a day for the next 4 days, 3 more besides this one. The very, 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 very first one is, Josh says, how do I start your 100-day course on here? Go to my profile, look for the IGTV button, click it, scroll all the way to the right, and start on day 1. If you're on Facebook watching over here, you're just going to scroll down or click videos, and you'll see all the videos. Or you can go to JerrickRobbins.com, click blog, click watch, because we have watch, listen, or read. So click watch, and all the videos are right there. So this is the very first thing. There's 4 things that can mess up your relationship. Number 1, it's assumptions and expectations. So that's the first thing, and we're going to cover that today. Number 2 is roles and responsibilities. 3 is consistent, effective communication. And then number 4, I just forgot what 4 was, but it was so good. Roles and responsibilities, consistent, effective communication, expectations and appreciation. I'll figure out what 4 is by the time we get there. Don't worry, I've written it down. But let's start with expectations and assumptions. Oftentimes when we get together, the very first thing that happens is we have some type of assumptions or expectations of what our partner, lover, spouse, significant other, whatever they are, we have assumptions of what they should be doing, how they should be acting, the responsibilities they should be in charge of. We, a lot of times, have preconceived notions in our head based on stuff we've seen, based on places we've been, based on our family of what we've seen, or books we've read, or TV shows we've watched. Yes, that's somehow how people come up with this stuff, watching television. But somehow we've come up with a set of assumptions that we think all men should and all women should, and my man should and my woman should, and my partner should or shouldn't. And this a lot of times can screw up a relationship immediately. The way I explain this to people is, when you first get together, imagine sitting down to play a game. And we take a board game, we put the board game on the table, and there's a little square board game on the table. And I hand one partner the rule book for Monopoly, and I hand the other partner the rule book for Clue. And 2 partners sit down, and they're getting to know each other. They're newly engaged, and they're trying to figure out what each other are all about. And so they say, okay, let's play this game called having a relationship. And as they start to play this game, the first thing they do is partner 1 says, okay, well, you go first. You roll the dice, and if you come up with the highest number, then you get to go first. And partner 2 looks and goes, okay. Um, and in their head, they're thinking, there's not dice in this game. I mean, you have to pick who did it in which room with what item, clue. But, my hormones are all excited. I really like this person. They're kind of cute. They were funny when I first met them. They seem like they have a big heart and they care. They seem like we kind of care about the same things in life, and we really get along. So, I'm not going to bring it up. I'm not going to bring up the fact that there's no dice in the game Clue. Instead, I'm just going to be like, okay, that sounds fun, and roll the dice. Or, okay, that sounds fun, and roll the dice. Either way, it's not a man or woman thing. But what's happening here really simply is basically you have two different rule books for two different games, and you're attempting to play them at the same time without informing each other that you're playing two different games, because in reality, most people don't realize there's two different rule books to two different games going on. We think everyone else believes the exact same things we do about relationships. We believe that our partners should do this and shouldn't do that, and we hope they do this and hope they don't do that. We expect and assume these things. And so this is the very first thing that can radically jack up your relationship in business too. Let me give you a business experience of this. Two partners get together and they expect and assume as a business partner, it's obvious that you should and shouldn't do these things. We expect that you should and shouldn't show up like this. You should and shouldn't speak this way. You should or shouldn't ever email me in this way. You should or shouldn't ever text me like this. You should or shouldn't talk to me or talk around me or talk above me or below me. All these expectations are two different rule books trying to play the same game called business in this instead of intimate relationship. But the action from today is really simple. Take out a pen and paper. If you're in a relationship, doesn't matter if you've been together for 100 years or if you just met each other, or you're dating and not sure if it's the one, that's okay. Take out your pen and paper and write down everything you believe should and shouldn't be happening in a relationship ever. Just write it all down and give yourself like an hour to do this, and just take a pen and paper and write down every single thought. I hope this happens. I wish this would happen. I hope this never happens. This is something that's just obvious. This is something I hope they never find out. This is something I hope they adore and love about me. Just write down everything you can possibly think of that in your mind, if you said, what is a relationship for? What is a relationship not for? What are people supposed to do in a relationship? What are they not supposed to do in a relationship? What's something that I've always dreamed about in a relationship? What's something that I've always feared in a relationship? Write it all down. And if you're willing to write every single piece down about your relationship, then you got to be really brave and probably refine it, but then take it to your business partner, take it to your intimate partner, and really truly share it with them. Share with them every single thought and feeling and idea and conception and rule and value and belief, everything you've ever come up with about a relationship. Share it with them. And share it with them and say, hey, what I want you to do is laugh with me. I want you to hear this. I want you to see me. I want you to understand everything I've ever imagined to be true as far as a relationship is concerned. And then I want to know everything you've ever come up with in your mind as well. Because once we can get this all on the table, the next step is going to be a little tricky but fun, which is let's combine everything we believe and know and like and see and have come up with and created and dreamed about and feared. Let's put it all into one giant thing. And then let's weed away the unnecessary rules, beliefs, values, desires, or anything else. And let's come up with our set of rules to play this game together. Now we've both come up with these things together, and we can now both know what we're playing. We know the game we're playing. We know how to play. We know the rules, the values, the beliefs, the desires, the dreams, the goals, everything. We now know what we're doing together. And now we have an opportunity. It's not a guarantee. It's an opportunity to see if we can win the game together. So this is step one of the 4 steps. Please take some time to do this. Share it with your partner. Be brave. Have fun. Kick some butt. And I'll see you all tomorrow for day number 2 of this little series, but day number 35 of our 100-day personal performance and business growth challenge. Have some fun.